2023 at 9 o'clock in the morning. Do y'all want to report what we talked about then, or I'll be glad to?
Well, I think, was it the concern that the parking lot was filling up with vehicles?
No, it's making an association,
Oh, the association, yeah.
that they were gonna shut us down if we didn't.
Y'all-
Okay, yeah, the association.
And again, I know what you're talking about, because I've read all the minutes, I mean, I don't mind, so I think I want to catch her a bit.
Yeah, you go ahead, yeah.
All right. On that meeting, if y'all, I think you do understand, but we're going to go through it like you don't understand, is that the Dickson County Agricultural Committee is the farmers market, they're an association. Y'all have a level of unhappiness with what they were doing or not doing. What we do is Dickson County government, this is going to be oversimplification of how to explain what we do.
That wasn't what the meeting was about, though. We didn't have a problem with them then.
Okay. Well, I'm going from my notes, and now if we're gonna get to an argument, the meeting's going to be real quick. So if you will let me talk, I'm gonna let you all
Okay.
talk.
I was just saying that wasn't what the meeting was.
Okay? You gonna let
I
me talk?
agree, it
Yeah,
wasn't about
I-
arguments, it was questions.
Okay, well, I will send you your email or follow-up email from the day after that you were asking me these questions.
Right, but that wasn't what we went to the meeting for. The meeting was, I called you to find out why we weren't told it was gonna be shut down if we didn't make an association, and you asked me and Sarah to come to your office and have a meeting about making an association.
Okay, I'll let you come tell the story.
No, unless Sarah wants to.
I think another question we had that day was how long the contract was for this parking lot, because I remember at that time, it was the winter, and we were coming into spring, and we were like the only vendors setting up. And each week it seemed like there was more vehicles filling up. And so we were wondering, like, were we going to be in that spot we were wondering how long. And so you had discovered at that time that the contract had actually lapsed, and so you were going to renew it. I do remember that.
Exactly, and that's back to the point I was making, is that Dickson County, we don't manage the farmers market. We're much like what the city of Dickson does with the ball field. We provide a space for an activity to take place. We have a contract, or had a contract, which expired back in May of this year with the Chamber of Commerce Ag Committee to manage the farmers market. Why we don't do it is because there's specific things apparently y'all have to do, FDA requirements, things of that type that I do not have the staff to do. So that's why the association, the Chamber of Commerce's Farmers Market Association manages that. I don't have the staff to do it. As I told y'all that day, and I told you at a later meeting, I think it was in April 16th when we had Mike Brown from the TDA, as I recall, that farmers market, we met at the county government building. I have no allegiance to any group on this. I think that's what I told y'all in March of 23. I have to have a vehicle big to get you there to go. So back to the city of Dickson with Buckner Park, it's like Dixie Youth or Little League runs the ball field. All we do is provide a place, as well as your FDA requirements that we don't want to get into, we don't know, and don't have the expertise in the office. The other most important thing we need is insurance to cover you for anything that goes on here to make sure Dickson County is a lost payee on this. Because if something goes on out there, if we don't have an insurance policy to cover us, then Dickson County becomes liable. So that's why we farm it out to a different group, because again, we don't have time to manage, we don't have the expertise to manage it. So, back to where we are today, the farmers market, yes.
So during this meeting that you had with Sarah and Tanya, you were like, well, all right, so we're gonna give you a place, and at that time it was this, and you guys come up with an association. So we're like, all right, for the next 6 months, we're back and forth with Jenny Wagner with trying to get all the vendors in line with the association, and then going back trying to get confirmation. There's emails, I have these emails. Hey, Mayor, can you send us written information, because some vendors don't believe that they want an association. Nothing, there's been crickets since. And then Jenny Wagner was like, yeah, you guys are supposed to start the association.
Right.
That's what the mayor says. Had a meeting with her at the chamber.
But
and then come May, when with Mike Brown, you said the exact same analogy about the baseball diamonds, and we're like, all right, so we're all here. Should we start an association? And they're like, Becky Spicer, the Jenny Wagner. Who else was involved? They're like, it's not going to start. There will be no association till the new facility is put in place.
And they said they wouldn't talk about it to us.
Yes, and nothing else is going to be talked. And we're like, all right. And even during that, like, everybody's leaving the meeting because we now have our applications been passed in, and we're like, all right, we got this spot, and it was brought up. Do we have this spot for a full year? Yes. And so after everybody's leaving, having some conversations, side conversations, UT Vicky Witcher was like, UT has nothing to do with this. UT has nothing. She kept on saying this. UT has nothing to do with this. And Jenny Wagner is like, I don't want anything to do with this. And our insurance is with,
Something Fusion?
yeah, it's Fusion
And we pay
Insurance,
for it.
and it's $350. So we're like, all right. So it's like, I have all the bylaws already written. I have the a UNC. I've been talking to the Tennessee Farmers Market Association. It's like, it's easy to do this, and we just need, we need someone to say that's what the mayor says to do. That'd be you. And once that is, no one's. It was like talking to your parents. Like, no, go ask this person. You call them. They're like, no, we have nothing to do with this. All right, we're calling all over, like numerous times. It's like then even at a point in this, I was like, how do I become a member of the agriculture committee? And one lady told me, she's like, you have to join the Dickson Chamber of Commerce. I'm like, all right. So I became a silver member. I'm the only farm in the Dickson Chamber registry, Clean Jeans Farm. I'm there. I'm like, got my registry. I got my little notification that I'm a member. And so I'm like, all right. So how do I become the next step to be? And they're like, well, you have to be voted in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. So how does one become nominated to be voted in? How does one know, like, to tell this? And they're like, well, new things are coming. Jenny Wagner's like, new rules are coming down the pipe, and we'll let you know. I'm like, okay. A couple of months go by. Hey, Jenny, you know how to get, no, crickets. It's like 2 years now, and I still don't have that information. Just a simple thing. That's the reason why all this is going on, Bob. And, once a person says something and nothing gets followed through, and I know you're a really, really busy man, and I know everybody else is really, really busy, but, the whole point of this is we have 3 weeks, we're told Wednesday, that the farmer's market is going to be closed down, which I was told in May that it was going to be there for a year. So if I was told 6 months ago, hey, in December 21st, you're going to be closed down, that's cool, because I could move my markets all over. Like, we go to Nashville, I could have done something. But it's winter now, which is really hard. It's already hard to farm in winter. And now I have 3 weeks. It's Christmas time, and here I am. So I was like, I can't do anything. I'm backed in the corner. If I ask anybody any of these questions, I get no answers. So I'm like, hey, Jacob Duke, I sent an email to you saying, can you please reconsider? And I called your office, and I got no answer. They were like, well, hang on, I'll leave them a message to call you. So I wait 24 hours, and I can't sleep because it's my family, my mortgage, I have 13 greenhouses filled with crops. It's 18 degrees out, lots of stuff going on, stress. And I'm like, okay, what should I do? It's like, well, the only thing we're rich in, at least I think, is social equity. So I'm like, Sarah, get on our social media. We need the people to come in because I can't get anywhere. I try to get answers and I'm getting nowhere, And it's sad. And like, I know like a bunch of people called you. We have a community of people all over, Instagram people that are, there's people in Russia that follow us to watch farming techniques. So I don't know who called you and I don't know what they said to you. That's all I asked is like, people, can you,
Don't mind phone calls. I do mind abuse.
I do
mind abusive language, and I do mind abusive language to ladies that work for me. So that, I don't care where we are. We can be here at business or we can be in my front yard. That will not be tolerated.
But we
if you
both-
want to talk with me with even tones, I will talk about anything. But the invective that's been put on social media and the misinformation that's been put on there, because it's led people to believe there's a contract with Dickson County government. That's false. That is not true. There's no contract. Y'all don't have a contract, Dickson County government. The Chamber Ag Committee does it. They're there because we're allowing them to be there. They were told back in April that we'd be closing this down. The fact they didn't share that information with you is not my issue. I hate it for you, but they were informed at a
April.
meeting in April of '24.
But they told us at the meeting the other night, right after you left, that they just found out and they couldn't tell us ahead of time.
That's not
So-
correct.
But but back to what he was saying about the association, we had that meeting with you, you were going on vacation, I was going on vacation, I went to the meeting with you at the ag committee, and we asked Jenny, would she step up and sign our contract and pay our insurance, because we didn't have time to make the association, you remember that, okay? Then I reached out to her, can we make the association, what do we need to do? She put me off every single time. Finally, last year, I said, Jenny, how can we get our money released so we can make our association, get a president, vice president, treasurer, all the stuff we need to do? And she said, we're not giving you all your money. And I said, so then what do we do? Walk away without our money? I called the main Tennessee Farmers Market Association president. Jason talked to her, I talked to her. She said, if they're gonna do y'all that way, she said, we can help you out, but she said, you'll lose your money. And we've tried and tried. We've tried to make our own association. Why can't we make an association and then we can't go anywhere else and set up because it's against city laws or county laws or whichever laws.
That's fine.
But we're gonna, Jason, if he misses 1 week, he's gonna lose his farm.
So it's not
I
like,
mean-
it's that, but it's the whole point, Bob, it's like, so now I'm even more disheartened. April, people known
Right.
about this for April, so we got people that on the agriculture committee. I'm in agriculture, like, Jacob Duke is a loan officer, I'm getting a loan from him for a HELOC. So why wouldn't he say something? I'm signing loan papers here. It's like, no, I know it's not your fault, but this is where we are, sir. And this is why, like, when you say there's no contract, no, but there was an application, and I know there's a contract with this building, I've read it. So it's like, there is contracts, yes, and I don't have any, it's
A
like,
contract on this building to anyone that it's expired.
I have it.
We are
I'll-
told it was
I'll-
from May to
Then
May.
it goes-
I have a piece of paper
I'd
that
like to
has
see if you would send it to
this,
me.
I'll run through my files, and when I find it, I'll send it to you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Good. Yes,
So when did it lapse?
Emily.
May of 24th, I understand, yes, ma'am.
I'm Emily, I'm also a vendor at the market. Is there anyone in the room that is on the ag committee? I think that's probably one of the major roots of the issue is that
The disconnection.
the thing, it's not fair, to the point that we've gotta come up with a different solution, where it can, we're under the control of people that don't care about what we are doing, so, it should show you something that, given all the hubbub the last couple of days, none of them are here and no response has been had to any vendors, to my knowledge, from them. It should be a support system.
Agreed, and
And
again,
so
I have.
maybe I wish you would hopefully reconsider, even though if you have no control over the market itself, to deciding who's in control of the market, if you're going to allow a market in your county.
What I offered the other night was, before I left the meeting, just help out the Methodist church next door. I understand there is some conversation going on with the fairgrounds right now. I heard that today from a member of that committee that sent me a text on that. So again, the freeze out, the whole deal is what I talked about the other night about us having to get this place ready in the back. The reason we've chosen this time is because the highway department is off the road during these months, and they will be able to do the grading and work back here, so we can start the reconstruction of this issue. Now, I've got a list of 8 people that apparently are gonna continue to be vendors through February 1st. Is that a good number?
Probably an estimate, we can't be for certain, because some people don't necessarily know, I guess.
We have a couple of people.
If you're asking me, Pastor, I can't do anything with the Chamber of Commerce on, as far as their ag committee, they're standing.
You can do something about the commissioners.
You said,
Is that-
What commissioners?
Becky Spicer, doesn't she work for you under
Becky
being
Spicer's an
mayor?
elected representative.
Right, but as mayor, she doesn't
No.
work with you. Okay.
There's 12 commissioners, any 7 of them can do anything they wanna do.
when you said that the contract wasn't signed back in May, is that what you said?
That's my understanding.
Okay, but we were told the ag committee was over us, the ag committee was supposed to sign that, they were supposed to pay for our insurance, and they never told us they didn't sign that, and we were never told. They're over us, but they don't fill us in on nothing. We are not told anything. We've asked to come to the meetings, we've asked to be included. We are told absolutely nothing whatsoever, but other vendors knew, the Cliftons knew, the Christmas tree people knew, because she told me 2 months ago, Tanya, y'all aren't having a winter market. I said, yeah, we are, we're year round. So other people knew, But the people that show up every single, me and Jason and Sarah, the two, we missed 1 week last year of the whole entire year, and it was either Christmas weekend or New Year's. Was it New Year's?
It was an ice storm. It was an ice.
There was
it
an
was an
ice-
ice storm.
yeah, there was an ice
Whatever.
storm.
But the whole point, like, so you're saying you can't do anything. You can't. I know. There was talks like at the end. You're like, well, I'm gonna get with the Methodist Church, and we'll see what we can do. That's awesome, and we appreciate it. And but I don't know if that's gonna happen because I don't get any solid answers from anyone. So any businessman would be like, all right, A, B, C, D, I got to come up with other plans. And hopefully the Methodist Church works. That would be great because it's right there. It would be a nice little transition.
We could potentially do this for a parking lot if it's a small enough group. That's why it's asking the number of vendors. So we have options. The whole deal is, from my standpoint, is to work with you. I have no jurisdiction over the Chamber Ag Committee, so I can't tell you that. I was hoping when I had to leave there at 6:30 on Wednesday night. I think that y'all go another hour or so, y'all came to no conclusions, I mean,
Because we got jumped on about everything. I spoke up and was trying to explain something, and Becky Spicer turned around and jumped down my throat and started hollering at me. After she called my house 2 months ago and cussed me out, and I asked her who she was, and she said, you know who I am? I said, ma'am, I've never met you, I don't know who you are. She said, you know who I am. She cussed me some more, and then she said, you will be losing your spot for making a vendor page, and she hung up on me. I did post on Facebook. I didn't say anything that wasn't true except maybe the contract, because I thought it was a contract, because we were told if we sign the paper and turn it in for $100, we have it May to May every year.
Yes.
That's what we were told. That's why we said a contract, because that's what we've been told.
And we
For all
signed
these
our
years.
signatures on it, and you know,
And
it's, yeah.
I was very nice in my post. I did ask, hey, can any of y'all help us find a spot? Do any of y'all know what to do? I was not ugly on my post. Becky Spicer tagged me on her page. I'm not even friends with her. She called me the problem. She ran me down. And nobody saw her post. Then she came to my page and posted it on my post. Probably everybody in here's ready. She called farmers stupid. And I could name off, I don't know how many things that she has ran people down, told people how dumb they are, and everything else. The woman is hateful and ugly. She has threatened me 3 times. She threatened me with my spot. She threatened on Facebook that if the phone calls don't stop immediately, we will shut y'all down immediately. We literally thought we would get to the fence this morning and it wouldn't open for us.
okay, I hear everything saying, I'm not dismissing what you're saying. I can't make Becky Spicer do anything. She's a standalone elected official, elected by the people.
Well, then she doesn't need to be on the ag committee.
I don't appoint the ag committee, so.
Who does?
I assume the Chamber of Commerce, Judy Wagner, I assume, I don't know, I'm not on
Okay, so
it.
you don't know?
No, I go to the meeting here, I could invite me and ask me a question about farmers market ag. I understand what your concern on that, but it seems like we got a short-term problem, we need to find a course of action to fix that. What we need to do to find out, I need a list of who needs to continue to sell after December 21st to February 1st. And I can try to help find a location for that. Yes, sir.
So the Chamber of Commerce, 6 weeks ago, sent out an email. What vendors will be showing up to the
And what will you
market?
have?
So this is what the April thing really is disheartening. So they sent out an email asking who's going to be there. So vendors replied, and some of these vendors, they put all the emails at the top so everybody knew who was there, and somebody replied. But nonetheless, they have a list. And at that time, if they knew about this, why wouldn't they say that was 6 weeks ago? So that would give me 9 weeks.
Well, from what Jacob said, that email was for you, to know how many vendors were coming and what we were bringing. Or that's what Jacob said. He said
Yeah,
he
so
forwarded
that's
to
what I'm
you
saying,
and
back
that you
and
have the
forth, back and
list.
forth. So
I
what's
have
the
a list
truth?
That was given to me, I guess it was after Wednesday, it was a short picture of it, had like 8 names, I don't recall.
Right.
All the names over that.
I would say there's between 7 and 9 of us that come during the winter. There's some of us, there's at least 4 of us that come every single weekend. Unless, like, I had my son's wedding 2 weeks ago and I wasn't there.
Okay, well, we've got several issues, so one of them is with the chamber and the chamber ag committee. I can't solve that for you and certainly can't tonight. What I can try to solve for you is what we do with the vendors until February 1st. So that's what I need to work on right now. So we can get a wet bar of soap and beat the crap out of them next month, but right now we need to find a place to get y'all set up. So if someone will send me to make sure I have a correct number and names of who
Okay.
you are and where they are,
I will.
I can get to work on that first thing Monday morning. So now that seems like the main issue. I hear all the Becky Spicer, Ag Committee, Chamber of Commerce, I hear all that. Back to this issue or issues surrounding, what else do we need to do to keep y'all active until February 1st?
Well, I don't know
We
about
just need
the
a spot,
February.
we just need assurance that there's not gonna be a day, like, so Jacob Duke
Yeah,
said
he
he was
texted me
working
this
on a
morning.
spot, but he's like, oh, the 28th is, I won't be able to do it for the 28th. It's like,
He said
It-
he doesn't think he can do it for the 20th.
yeah, so it's like,
He
there
said, how
can't
many
be a
vendors
lapse.
are you expecting in January? I have a place I think locked down. I may not be able to get the week after Christmas, but feel that would be very slow week. Y'all have to calm down on Facebook. I told you I was doing all I can to find something. The mayor don't care at this point. He is frustrated by what I understand. I have done this on my own. And the last thing y'all want is for him to not give you a new facility.
So, yeah,
That's
we're-
what I was texted this morning.
As a part of my fan club, good. The only thing I can do is tell y'all the truth. I told you the truth the other night. You may not like what I say, but I'm not gonna lie to you. So, I will help you. I don't care what Jacob Duke says.
Okay.
Bob Rial speaks for Bob Rial. I will help you find a place.
Okay?
If it's within reason, if you have 35 vendors, and we try to squeeze them somewhere, that's gonna be a problem. If you got
I would say there's not over 8.
vendors, I will do something, Dickson County government do something to get you through. Our goal has always been to make the farmer's market not only have it, but have it vibrant. That's why we're sinking in $600,000 with a $300,000 head of lot. There'll be $1 million project by the time we're done, probably in next May. Yes,
That being said, to what you just said, Becky has threatened to disband from having a farmer's market, period. Not just until February. She's saying that y'all would not allow them to use that new facility at all, and they'll find something else to do with it.
Vicky's one of, I'm sorry, Vicky, but Vicky is one of 12 county commissioners. She doesn't have that authority.
She
I'm
Well,
said,
that's very good to know,
The only
because
person that has authority over opening and closing buildings is me.
that's
she
good to
is
know.
telling everybody on her post that I'm the problem and I've caused all this trouble, and that until they get rid of me, the problem, they will not let us move to the new spot, and that they will be getting rid of me. The only reason I'm the problem is because they bullied us when they took our page away from us. We can't even share on Saturday mornings. I built that page from 1,000 followers to over 6,000. They took me off the page. They did not tell us. We can't share pictures on Saturday morning. We can't share what we have, and they won't do it. I asked. We've asked and asked and asked, and I asked them to give it back to us. It can be any of the vendors, but I'm there all the time. I'm a photographer. I take all the pictures. I post them. Even if I'm not going to be there, I show up, do the pictures, and go to what I need to do. I've been there. I did all this for free. I go buy the toilet paper, the paper towels. I clean the bathroom. I did all this for free for what, 3 years? And the pictures for 6 years, I think now. And then they took the page, and so I was like, okay, we waited a month begging them to start it. I said, okay, let's make a vendor page. I made a vendor page. That's when Becky called and cussed me out. Then I got a certified letter from the chamber stating if you don't delete the vendor page within 48 hours, you will be kicked out of the market. Again, anybody can start a Facebook page, but because I'm a vendor, they can threaten me with my spot.
Well, I hear what you're
But-
saying. You're obviously
okay.
committed to it, but it's Mayor of Dickson County. I can't make y'all work
Right.
together.
Okay,
I'm not
so
dismissing
can we
what
make
you're
an
saying.
association? Can we get out from underneath them? Can we get a president, vice president, treasurer, and take our money and make an association for our market like you told us to 2 years ago?
Whoever wants to apply, I'm to that point, but you have to have all the.
And then we will get to
501c3.
use that spot.
But what we will probably end up doing, if there's more than one, we'll do what we call an RFP, request for proposal, and then my finance staff will look at it and help make the best decision on who to use. We can't just go around and pick people as county government or the state government, so we have to go through a bidding process.
Pick, what do you mean, pick people? I don't know what you mean.
I can't
Which
just
group,
an
which group of
association.
association?
Oh, so if we make an association and they just stay with the chamber like they are, you could pick them instead of us?
We could pick anyone, we have to, that's the
Okay.
legal process. I can't appoint, and for some reason, I can't go appoint what bid for one, I have
Right.
to bid for it.
Well, I will say there's only 2 vendors that would stay and that don't have a problem with how we've been treated. Every one of the rest of us are on the same page, and every one of the rest of us are trying to figure out why we had our page took away. So then I paused the Facebook page, and I asked Jacob Duke if we could rename it, and he said, you sure can, but I don't know what you're gonna rename it. So their excuse is that people got confused which page to message to rent a spot. Every time they messaged that vendor page, my only answer was, contact the Chamber of Commerce. Contact the Chamber of Commerce. I can send you every single one of the messages. So I said, okay, and so he said it's because it's named the same thing. I said, it's not, it's got vendors after it, it's for the vendors. So I said, can I rename it? He said, yes. So I took out the word county, farmers market vendors, Dickson farmers market vendors, I think is what I called it. So it's still for us. And now Becky says I'm still breaking the rules and I'm still gonna get kicked out. It's crazy. It's like they are just hurting us and hurting us and hurting us and taking all of our customers away because we can't do what we need to do at our market. Over a Facebook page.
So Bob, in closing, I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate it. And so now you're saying that you're going to be working on a place, an alternative place, and like, once again, do we have, it's your word, you're an honest man, you say, and can we get an email sent? Can we get some reassurance? Because as this, like it's plan A, B, C, and D, I'm still working on other things, right?
I'll look at my calendar real quick, I'm not ignoring you, I'm just trying to see what I'm doing Monday morning.
I do have one more question. If we make the association, how do we get our money released to us that we have?
That's a question y'all talked to me about, a year and a half ago, that I don't know, that gets into a civil matter about whose money who it belongs to. It's either a civil or criminal matter, it's not a criminal.
But it's not the Chamber of Commerce's money.
He doesn't know, so let's just figure out all we want is to make sure the market continuously runs. That's it. That's all I'm here for. I don't care about anything else.
I hope too, and I'm not running off, I think I can still make the plans in plenty of time. Any other questions on the process? And I'll look at about 10 o'clock on Monday morning, I can put time in it. I've got 2 meetings from 1 to 9. Between 10 and 11, I'll get right on this. Y'all have any other questions, anything?
No, but just.
Well, one thing I do, I know, Tim come out of the room, I assume my being recorded, or video, I don't care, because all I do ask of people record video, don't edit it, don't take snippets, give them the whole thing, because I'll stand behind what I said. If I said something's wrong, made a mistake, I will say I made a mistake. So you're welcome to video, you can repeat anything I said here today. Yes, sir.
If the payment gets delayed, you're still gonna be there in February, even if it's on gravel?
I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. My understanding is, and again, do not have a commitment from the builder, but I talked to his subcontractor, Tennessee Valley Paving. We think we'll get the binder down next week, if we can get the rain to stop. And if we are on binder, we're good to go right then. We'll come in and mark a temporary line, put y'all on there, and then come back in March or 1st April, when it gets really hot. We've been put down a day of pavement. That's a one-day paving job. That's something they could do on a Monday or Tuesday and not interfere with your schedule. If we do get the binder down, there are 2 cuts on the entrance off Church Street and the egress on Rickard. That may be a little bit issue because that's a concrete deal that has to be done, but we'll work the city of Dickson. We might just be able to put some temporary stuff up there to bring you through. So I am trying to have a short-term problem, but I'm not a good politician, but I've been involved long enough. I try to under-promise and over-deliver, and never want to over-promise and under-deliver.
So around when will the actual building be put up? Like how long will we be using tent?
That's because the amount is going to have to go to bid, so we don't know. The goal is to have it up by summertime where the heat really becomes oppressive. That is not a big metal project, it's a long, but it's a shed. I mean, a glorified shed. Yeah, exactly, just about probably a $250,000 carport, but that's what it is. Y'all have anything else? I appreciate you coming out Saturday night. Yes.
I'm here as a patron of the Dickson County Farmers Market. I am there every week. I see all of these faces. And as a resident of Dickson County, I want to say that what the chamber is doing is terrible for the citizens of Dickson County. It goes so far beyond the love and the passion that these people put into their farms to take a Saturday and come and give us food. The world has completely changed in the past couple of years. People want to know where their food comes from. People want to talk to their farmers. And that's what Dickson County Farmers Market does. And there is something wholly wrong with the Chamber of Commerce and everything going on with the Ag Commission. And I think it's doing a whole disservice to the citizens of the county. not just the vendors in this room. And I just want you to know that I'm here to represent other people that come and buy from you on a regular basis, that we appreciate you, we stand behind you, and just keep fighting, because I don't wanna go somewhere else for 5+ weeks to get my food. This is where I come.
Other than Jeannie Wagner, the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce is a lady by the name of Tiffany Lane. If you go to the Chamber website, you can find all those. She works for his call. She's a fine person. She's been chairman, but she's always been chairman for a year, so she's got her arms around it. She may not be aware of this issue. So, but,
And what's her name?
Tiffany Lane, Lane.
Okay.
She lived in, please find her on the chamber and sign. I think y'all call her at home.
No, I'll let you call her.
She's got a full-time job and family, but she can be reached certainly by email, but she's probably on the Dickson County Chamber website. If not, I can find you an email, so if you wanna call my office and ask for Star Moore, remember Star, she is my chief deputy, so she knows everything I know. In fact, she knows more than I know.
She's super nice. Talk to her a lot today.
She'll give you that dead stare once in a while. She kind of scares me. She's not that tall, but she was kind of mean sometimes. She's I've been there 14 years. She's been with me 13 and can't beat her.
Well, I'm sorry, I just wanna agree with what she just said. We too are regulars at the farmer's market, and as concerned citizens, we wanted to be here tonight to support the people that we support. It is not only important for their livelihood, but for our well-being. Like she said, we wanna know where our food comes from. We know these people, they've come to our home, we care about them, and so for us, it's important to us, and so I wanna thank you for what you said tonight, that it's putting me at ease, because when I found out about it this morning, I was really upset.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate everything that you said, and helping put our friends at ease helps put me at ease as well. So, thank you.
No, thank you. And again, we don't need to disjoint all our elbows on this, but we've been committed to the farmer's market from day one. When it comes to dollar for investment this, it's not a business decision, because the business decision, the amount of money we're putting into it makes no sense. It helps y'all, but more importantly, as you said, it helps the community. It makes the kind of community we want. Much, what any government does, build a park, nice streets, nice sidewalks. It adds to the fabric of our community to make it a place you want to live. And that's why we don't mind investing almost $1 million into new farmers market, because it's going to make Dickson County, surrounding counties better, and we're proud of that.
Absolutely.
So thank you for saying that.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also a patron, but I found out about this a little bit differently. I followed a certain individual's Facebook page that was mentioned for an entirely different reason. I'm an event planner in the area, and she's a contact for renting certain buildings, and I was shocked when I saw her page, and then some of her comments came up, and you just stated that you want a community that you're proud of, and to follow the last sentence that you said, some disciplinary actions need to be made. That yes, I shopped at farmer's market, but I was not associated. That came after I saw her post and I was shocked, and then I went digging into the people that I follow, and it was very disheartening as a citizen of Dickson County to see someone in authority behaving in such a way.
Absolutely.
And I know that you're not in charge of them, but surely, I know they're voted in official, so that when the time comes, that the people can take action. But until then, I feel like when someone does something, there needs to be some disciplinary, and there has to be someone in charge of somebody.
Right, who is
Okay.
it?
I don't know who that
She had to
is.
say.
I don't know who that is, but it is not a good representation as a leader. It's not a good representation for children. My children study who the leaders in our county are. They know who they are, and I am ashamed to say that someone can behave that way. My children aren't allowed to behave that way. I'm not allowed to behave that way. If I were to say something like that in a grocery store to somebody, I would be banned. It would be battery. And I don't know who's in charge and how that complaint can be made, but I was very upset when I saw her post as someone who follows her for a completely different reason, someone who I've reached out to as a business professional. I am a business professional who works with her on completely separate matters. It's unacceptable.
Understand.
So
Well,
aside from the farmers market committee in a whole different light, that needs to be addressed in some form as well, which is why I'm here, but
I
I also.
understand. Well, and again, I wish I had the perfect answer. The answer in a democracy is the voters are in charge at election time, as well as the First Amendment allows people to say what they want to. And, that's, but like anything, one of the best disinfects is sunshine. That's why you seldom see me post. I'm gonna like your baby pictures and wish you a happy birthday, but, I don't take political opinions, I don't read political opinions on my Facebook, TikTok, block you if you're being belligerent, I don't care if it's left or right, I'm there to be happy. So, I spend all day doing the other stuff, so, as far as that, it's the voters in charge, there's be an election August 5th, 2026.
I don't believe she should, I think she should, I mean, this is a separate matter, and I'll happily come to your office and discuss it with you at another
Absolutely.
time. But there needs to be some action.
So if they do wrong,
If they do wrong, I mean, what if
right,
we
who
talk about
holds them
something-
So,
accountable
I
for
think what
it?
they're getting to real quick is just, is there a way for them to be able to report these to
Yes.
someone who is in a position to be able?
Right, the
to-
threatening and the cussing and
The
the,
Tennessee Bureau of Election Registry and Ethics, I've never seen the name right, it's, they have a list that elected officials need to call in front of, and it'd be ethics or election registry, I can't recall right offhand.
Well, we can find out. That's
Yeah,
good enough
it's out,
start.
I mean, it's out there, like you do, if you put in Tennessee Election Registry, it's gonna get you darn close to it. I apologize, I'm gonna speed to get the burn stuff and give an oath of office. If y'all don't mind, stay as long as you want, just flip the lights off with your legs.